welcome to episode number 10 of our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough. Today, we are starting, as you can see, day 3, the investigation stage of Turnabout Samurai. We managed to get to the 3rd day, and yeah, we apparently, I think the judge at the end of last time did say, if we do not get a verdict at the end of this court scene, the next court scene, then we fail, basically. So we need to be finding more information out here. So we are going to start off this chapter. Can't remember exactly what happened. It's been a long time since I've recorded. I do apologise for the fact that there hasn't been much Phoenix Wright content coming out. It's difficult to record something when you know that it is going to take you like an hour to do, because these episodes are so long, and the game doesn't lend itself to being able to what's the word? Well, to stop halfway through it, to interrupt was what I was after, to interrupt your playing, because they just keeps on going and going and going, and the only real interruption is at the end of each day. So here we are doing the investigation, and we'll get all of the investigation done today. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. Huh? Maya. So what happened? I think I got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? It's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, no time to waste. Okay, so we've got 3 days. So yeah, the next trial we've got to do. So let's just chat to her about this. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai's costume? Huh? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. Alright, let's have a chat about the director's alibi. That's it. It was the director who's under suspicion now, isn't it? What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh? Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Alright, so we don't need to ask her if she's got any ideas. Let's, I guess we're going to go straight to the studio. Oh, here's Windbag. Old Bag, whatever her name is. Old Bag, isn't it? The old Windbag sure is quiet today. It's probably because they call her Windbag so often that I call her Windbag then. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think a guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Alright. She's not in a good mood. Let's have a chat with her. Producer Vasquez. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about it, so sorry. Okay, Manila. Salmonella. Sal, he's a soft pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. I've just found the voice. Like, you know when it takes a little while to get into a voice? Yeah, I just found it then. I forgot how difficult Old Bag's voice actually is to do. About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal. A thief. I won't forget this. Oh dear. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Maybe you're just a bit weird for him. But that's just me. Okay, let's go to outside Studio 1. I want to take a look at Studio 2. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume, then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. I mean, that's a good point. So why did he... There's nothing here, I don't think. So let's go to outside Studio 2. We can't go to Studio 1 anymore. That's it. We gave a key card to the kid? No. The assistant. I can't remember. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? H-E-L-L-O! Maya, you can at least try to be polite. Alright. I'm watching the clouds. She's off in the clouds. I think there's something in that pipe that she's not telling us. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. Okay. These conversations are getting us nowhere. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manala. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh, okay. I wonder if we got anything to show her. Perhaps. So, no. The camera's got no importance. The guide map's got no importance. Mr. Monkey's head? No, it's not gonna... Yeah. Not gonna... Yeah, she's not gonna give me anything. Not just yet. Not just yet. Is there anything else in the trailer? Let's have a look. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. Guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Nothing. Doesn't look like anything. Let's just examine a few things. Designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. Old movie poster, the singing samurai. Oh my god, that movie was the best. It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Ninja ballet, not too far from the truth, perhaps. So they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cuts scattered around. Nothing of any importance, though. Okay. So nothing there. Let's go check out the employee lounge, perhaps. Guess they're not filming today either. Didn't want to see them filming just one time. Well, one of the stars is in jail, the other one is dead. So, what were they going to film? This way you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. No touching! A little bit of lag there. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean... I almost had a heart attack. I guess it could be a little bit dramatic sometimes. I can't remember Gumshoe's voice. Hang on. I suppose it's the actor in me. No, it wasn't that. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate. No, I can't remember. Wait, you're looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Well, let's talk. Let's talk to Gumshoe. The plate. So you're looking for traces of sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capability to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change colour. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Nah, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed colour, so alright. So there were sleeping pills on the plate. Oh, so there were sleeping pills on the plate. Looked like it. Okay, the steak plate has been added. Okay, investigation. Let's have a chat. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. Kind of feel bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Edgeworth's out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about the burns, pal. Yeah, alright. See, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, sounds like the ones who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. Awesome, awesome. Couple of good new bits of evidence there. There's T-bone on one of the plates minus the steak. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So we picked up a couple of new things there. Let's have a look in the dressing room. I bet Salmonella's in here. Or the assistant, perhaps? They're both kind of AWOL. Empty dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? Alright, so there's nothing in there for us. Right, so we need to go and present these two new pieces of evidence. Is Gumshoe gone now? No, there he is. There he is. So, let's present these two new pieces of evidence to people. Miss Oldbag, what do you think of it? Oh, no, it's... So she doesn't know anything about them. Which is understandable. Understandable that she doesn't know much about it, but I bet D. Vasquez will know a little bit more. It's not even looking. Okay. No. And she's not going to look at this either, is she? No. Okay. Outside Studio 1. I don't know. I wonder if we can get a little bit more information out of Gumshoe. So if we present... Looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm going to go back to the precinct to do some more detailed tests. You're being very free with your information today, Detective. Don't go telling anyone this, pal. But I was kind of impressed at today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after that director's testimony. Think if I'd have been anyone but you up there, Powers would have been done for by now. Detective, about that bottle. Oh that? Talk about embarrassing, pal. Can't believe I missed it on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologise to Mr. Edgeworth. That's it. That's it. Butter him up. Butter him up. Anything else we could talk about? No. Hmm. Hmm. Alright, so there doesn't appear to be anything else around. Maybe I'll go and talk to Will Powers at the detention centre. How's that sound for a plan? There we go. There we go. We can actually get somewhere now. Mr. Wright, you did very well today. Again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Yeah. There's not really anything I can do to help. Right. Let's have a chat with him. See what he says. Producer Vasquez. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why's that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumours anyhow. I kind of want to know about these rumours, man. He only used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Not everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business, but he just stopped taking on big roles. That was when he began appearing in little productions at Global. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's... excuse me. Thank you for showing me... No. No. Absolutely nothing. Have you seen this, Mr. Powers? What's that? I've never seen these Steel Samurais in my life. These are Steel Samurais that appear at live shows. A fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean, so much to these kids, you know? Yeah. Okay, what about Mr. Monkey's head? No, doesn't know anything about that. Let's present everything that we can. Regarding the murder weapon. Yes. Is it heavy, that spear? It's pretty hefty, yeah. I don't think an average person will be able to swing it around effectively. And that's the spear that broke or something during the morning run through? Oh yes, I goofed on a round kick, you see. I broke the spear. Security lady fixed it for me right away though. With duct tape, we heard. Yeah. Is that really Jack Hammer inside that suit? He's the only one who could have been. But why would he? About 3 more years needed. Okay, guide map's fine. Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else to do. I wonder whether like those couple of conversation points have opened up some new conversation topics though. No, and she doesn't know anything about these new things. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. Can we examine anything here? Big 2 painted. This is the number in Cody's photograph. To think if he hadn't brought that photograph in. Incinerator. Apparently just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Alright. Go on, shut up now. You know, you just click on something, it's like, you just shut up now. So where Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? I don't know, I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Yeah, well... We're on a murder investigation, so things are bound to feel odd. Still nobody in the trailer. Can I present to her? You're claiming the poor old hammer in there? And I thought you were such an innocent youth, bah! Ah, she's not happy. She's not going to be bothered about this, is she? Alright. Looks like it's been turned off for the day. Alright. I'm at a little bit of a loss here. Employee area. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I guess talking to Mr. Powers did trigger something. Hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? What? Why? WP's innocent. Yes, I'm really grateful for all you've done, but this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No. Okay. Right, we could talk. We could talk. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if you could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Alright. Let's talk about the last episode. I know it's a shop, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids' shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad. But that's what Global Studios decided. Studio policy? Why aren't they going to make kids' shows anymore? Studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. Okay, evidence to show that kids respect the Steel Samurai. And this is? A fan collected all these photographs. Kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you'd understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Alright, let's talk about 5 years ago then. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer? That's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. You know, who knows more about this? This old bag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. Alright, we'll try asking her. But let's see what happens when we do ask her. Penny's voice surprisingly hurts. Surprisingly hurts my throat. I do apologise, I'm going to have to grab a drink. Because that voice is real tough. Old bag's still here. Especially if we want an extended conversation with old bag here. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? Everybody's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. Who do you think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. No, we've got to go in. We've got to wade straight in there and ask about 5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Oh, yeah, I think I said the wrong thing. Who told? Who'd you hear that from? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dread you got dirt on someone's past like that, and they're recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. You claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. Ooh. That voice doesn't agree well with Pepsi Max. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume. I do have proof. I've got his sleeping tablets. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's the little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Proof that he used it on Powers. Steak plate. Mr. Powers ate T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see. Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag? You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, the paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. And that was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Here, take this. Huh? A photograph? That's the paparazzi photograph, okay. Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell on the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Alright. Alright. I'm guessing I go and present this to Vasquez and it will get her talking. It's about the only option I've got right now. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Oh, bag. Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind? Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's go into the trailer, see what she's got to say for herself. You came. Well then. What was that you were talking about? Miss Vasquez, you using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing the kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. That's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer right down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And I think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That's what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? I ran him hard, believe you me. Well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporters would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence! Boys. I want no part of the mafia. I want no part of the mafia. I turn in my attorney's badge. I literally... this is not where I want to be right now. This is not where I want to be right now, I promise you. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. Don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Alright, a little bit of a shorter episode today. We've actually managed to do it in good time. So that's pretty good. With that, we are going to leave this episode off right here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, please leave a like, comment, and subscription down below. You know that I appreciate all of your interaction. With that, we are going to end off here. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Stay brave, guys. How will I sit inside?